Imagine discovering a giant fossil tooth, unlike anything known to science. You suspect it belonged to a colossal, extinct reptile, maybe like a giant iguana. Then you find a sharp, bony spike. Where does it go? On the nose, like a rhino horn, right? Well, that's what early paleontologists thought. We're talking about Iguanodon, one of the very first dinosaurs ever named, and the story of its discovery and changing image is almost as fascinating as the animal itself. That thumb spike, its true purpose is still debated today. Welcome back, history and anatomy buffs, to Dinosaur Anatomy. Today, we're exploring the world of Iguanodon, a large, successful herbivore that roamed vast areas of the globe during the Early Cretaceous period, roughly 130 to 113 million years ago. It's a dinosaur with a rich history, incredible adaptations, and some enduring mysteries. Let's dig in. First, let's address the elephant, or rather, dinosaur, in the room. The thumb spike. When Gideon Mantell, the amateur paleontologist who first described Iguanodon based on teeth found in the 1820s, initially found this conical bone, he understandably placed it on the snout. It wasn't until the discovery of complete skeletons decades later in a Belgian coal mine that its true position was revealed. It was a modified thumb. But what was this formidable spike for? Defense, the most popular idea. A sharp spike on. A flexible thumb could have been a nasty surprise for predators like Baryonyx or Neovenator. A well-aimed jab could inflict serious wounds. Foraging. Some researchers, like David Norman, have suggested it could have been used to break into tough seeds or fruits, or maybe strip bark or vegetation. Intraspecific combat. Like modern animals. With horns or antlers, male Iguanodon might have used their thumb spikes in shoving matches or duels over mates or territory. Studies like those by Phil Center have explored the range of motion and potential uses. Gripping. Less likely for the spike itself, but the hand structure overall shows interesting adaptations. The truth is likely a combination, or its primary function might have varied depending on the situation. It remains one of Iguanodon's most debated. Features showcasing how challenging it can be to interpret behavior from bones alone. Beyond the spike, Iguanodon's hands were remarkably specialized. The three central fingers, digits Thes2, 3s, I4, were robust, ending in hoof-like nails and clearly adapted for weight-bearing, suggesting quadrupedal locomotion much of the time. The thumb, digit I, bore the spike. And then there was the fifth finger, the pinky, digit 5. It was flexible and opposable, suggesting it might have been used for grasping vegetation and bringing it towards the mouth. So, one hand served as a foot, a weapon, and a feeding tool. Now, let's talk eating. Iguanodon was a highly efficient herbivore, thanks to its sophisticated dental setup. It possessed packed rows of leaf-shaped teeth that were constantly replaced, forming a precursor to the complex dental batteries seen in later hadrosaurs, duck-billed dinosaurs. More importantly, its skull exhibited pleurokinesis, the ability for parts of the upper jaw and skull to flex outward slightly as it chewed. This allowed the lower jaw teeth to grind against the upper teeth with a shearing motion, efficiently, processing tough plant material like cycads, ferns, and conifers. This advanced chewing mechanism was likely a key factor in the evolutionary success of Iguanodon and its relatives, the Iguanodontians. What about getting around? Early reconstructions often showed Iguanodon as a lumbering, tail-dragging biped, sometimes leaning back on its tail like a kangaroo. The discovery of numerous complete skeletons at Bernissart, Belgium, dramatically changed this view. Analysis of the skeleton, particularly the robust arms and specialized hands, combined with fossil trackway evidence, strongly indicates that Iguanodon was facultatively quadrupedal. This means it likely spent most of its time walking on all fours, especially while foraging, but was perfectly capable of rearing up and moving bipedally when needed, perhaps to run faster, reach higher vegetation, or use its thumb spikes defensively. The spine was held much more horizontally than early drawings depicted The discovery story of Iguanodon is pivotal in the history of paleontology. Gideon Mantell's recognition of the teeth in the 1820s, his wife Mary Ann's likely initial find, and his naming of Iguanodon, iguanatooth, marked one of the first scientific descriptions of a dinosaur. Later, Sir Richard Owen used Iguanodon, along with Megalosaurus and Hylaeosaurus, as the basis for coining the term Dinosauria in 1842, recognizing these giant reptiles as a distinct group. The real game changer came in 1878 at the Bernissart coal mine in Belgium. Miners stumbled upon a breathtaking fossil trove, at least 38 Iguanodon skeletons, mostly complete, that had apparently fallen into a ravine or sinkhole and were preserved together. This dinosaur Pompeii provided an unparalleled snapshot of their anatomy, confirming the thumb spike's position, revealing the skeleton's true posture, and suggesting herd behavior. Most of these skeletons belong to Iguanodon bernissartensis, now considered the primary species of the genus. Many other species once assigned to Iguanodon have since been moved to other genera like Mantellosaurus and Dolodon, refining our understanding of iguanodontian diversity. So, what was life like for Iguanodon? These were large animals with eye, Bernissartensis reaching lengths of around 33 feet, 10 meters, and weighing several tons. The Bernissart find strongly suggests they lived in herds, offering safety in numbers against predators. They were adaptable herbivores, capable of processing tough vegetation, and their wide geographic distribution across Europe, and potentially other continents, though classification is complex, during the early Cretaceous points to their ecological success. They were a dominant component of many terrestrial ecosystems. Iguanodon holds a special place in science. It wasn't just another dinosaur. It was a pioneer in our understanding of prehistoric life. From a single tooth sparking curiosity to dozens of skeletons revealing intricate adaptations, its story mirrors the development of paleontology itself. It showcases how scientific understanding evolves with new evidence, correcting earlier mistakes and revealing a complex, successful animal perfectly tuned to its early Cretaceous world. What do you think the thumb spike was mainly used for? Defense, feeding, fighting? Let me know your hypothesis in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey through the history and anatomy of Iguanodon, please spike that like button, subscribe to Dinosaur Anatomy, and ring the notification bell for more deep dives into the age of dinosaurs. Thanks for watching and stay curious.